Accurate, dependable, and late-breaking. This is local and state news on WLEN, Lenawee's local news station.
Hello, Lenawee County. My name is Brian Vish, and this is the WLEN Evening News. Let's get into it. Congressman Tim Walberg of Michigan and Congressman Burgess Owens of Utah delivered opening statements Tuesday at a joint congressional hearing focused on improving educational outcomes in Indian country. The hearing, held by the Education and Workforce Committee alongside the Natural Resources Committee, addressed persistent management and safety issues within the Bureau of Indian Education and at institutions like Haskell Indian Nations University. Walberg said the BIE has repeatedly failed to provide a safe learning environment, citing incidents of sexual harassment, bullying, and poor oversight. He called for accountability and lasting reforms. Congressman Owens echoed those concerns, highlighting leadership failures and the need to address systemic problems, including a lack of policies to protect students. Both chairmen said they are looking for concrete solutions from federal officials to ensure Native American students receive the safe, high-quality education they deserve. Congressman Tim Walberg has also opened an investigation into SEIU hiring practices following reports that the union hired a registered sex offender as a business agent. Walberg, chair of the House Committee on Education and Workforce, sent a letter to SEIU leadership after learning that SEI Local 87 hired Nolia Linares in 2022. Linares pleaded no contest to sex crimes involving a minor in 2018 after her 2017 arrest at South San Francisco High School, where she worked as a teaching assistant. Linares is listed on California's sex offender registry, and her prior convictions had been publicly reported before her hiring. Walberg's letter questions how this occurred and whether additional federal labor law reforms are needed to prevent registered sex offenders from holding union positions. The committee requested that the SEIU provided hiring data and policies by July 9th. The Labor Management Reporting and Disclosure Act currently bars individuals convicted of specific violent crimes from holding union office. Walberg said the committee is reviewing whether the law should be expanded to include registered sex offenders. SEIU's response is pending. A federal bill moving through Congress could stall Michigan's rooftop solar industry by ending the 30% solar tax credit that has helped drive clean energy growth nationwide. The proposal, called the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, would eliminate the federal tax credit for rooftop solar and other home energy systems, including those leased from solar companies. Michigan currently leads the nation in Inflation Reduction Act-funded projects, securing more than $27 billion in investment and creating over 26,000 jobs. Alan O'Shea, founder and CEO of CBS Solar Copemish, said about 90% of his family-owned company's business is residential rooftop solar. O'Shea warned that losing the tax credit would significantly damage his operation and threaten more than 25 jobs. He has contacted most U.S. senators to express these concerns. Supporters of the bill said it would deliver the largest tax cut in U.S. history for middle-income earners and would strengthen national security. In 2023, solar power increased by 51% nationwide, with solar accounting for over half of all new electricity added to the grid. The proposal remains under congressional review. O'Shea said Michigan lawmakers should push to slow the process and consider alternatives, including a possible sunset clause. The Jackson County, Michigan Historical Society has been awarded a $24,000 grant from the America 250 MI History Grant Program to develop a new educational exhibit titled Pathways to Patriotism. The exhibit will highlight how the ideals of the American Revolution, liberty, representation, and civic responsibility have shaped Jackson County's role in the broader fight for justice. It will trace local activism from the Revolutionary War to the founding of the Republican Party in Jackson in 1854 and beyond, connecting to national movements such as abolition, black military service, women's suffrage, and civil rights. The America 250 MI History Grant Program supports projects that preserve Michigan's history as part of the statewide commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. The America 250 MI Committee was formed by the Historical Society of Michigan and the Michigan History Center to lead these efforts. The Historical Society of Michigan, established in 1828, is the state's oldest cultural organization and works to connect Michigan's past to its people. The Michigan History Center, part of the Department of Natural Resources, manages museums, historic sites, archaeology programs, and educational outreach across the state. The Adrian Public Schools Board of Education has approved an application to place a $0.75 million proposal on the November 2025 ballot to fund a new community recreation facility adjacent to Adrian High School. The proposed 87,000 square foot facility would be available for both student and community use, providing space for health, wellness, sports, fitness, performing arts, and community events. The plan follows a district-wide facilities assessment and community engagement throughout 2024 and 2025. Superintendent Nate Parker said community feedback indicates support for moving forward with the proposal. The facility would include a 60-yard indoor turf field, multiple sports courts, batting cages, a fitness center, a golf simulator, and an indoor walking track. The total cost is estimated to be between $22 and $27.5 million. If approved, the $0.75 million proposal would raise $27.5 million. Homeowners with a $200,000 home would see an estimated tax increase of $75 per year. Parker said the district's financial plan anticipates covering ongoing operating costs through event rentals, tournaments, and membership fees. The board also heard a first reading to call a November bond election for the proposal. The final approval of the ballot language is expected at the July 28th board meeting. The district will continue providing information to the public over the summer, with the community forums scheduled from August through November. Community Recreation Director Toby Ernst said the facility would help expand growing youth programs and provide affordable wellness options for adults. District officials say the project would bring new recreational opportunities, indoor training space, and an economic benefit for local businesses. The scheduled talk on the Croswell Opera House by James Barr has been moved to a new location and time. The event, originally planned for Thursday, June 26 at 7 p.m. at the Lenawee Historical Museum, will now take place at the Adrian District Library at 6:30 p.m. on the same day. James Barr, an adjunct professor of art and architectural history at Adrian College, will lead the presentation. The talk will explore the history and architectural significance of the Croswell Opera House. The event is free and open to the public. For more information, contact the Adrian District Library. A new national survey reveals that the average Michigander would feel comfortable letting artificial intelligence manage nearly $19,000 of their money. The study, conducted by Advance America, surveyed over 3,000 adults nationwide. Michigan residents reported an average comfort level of just under $19,000, slightly below the national average of $20,000. The survey also found that 1 in 4 people said they would trust AI more than their current financial advisor, and 27% said they would trust AI over their partner when managing joint finances. While some are open to AI handling tasks like choosing stocks or filing taxes, only 17% said they'd be comfortable letting AI make significant financial decisions without checking first. Advance America says AI can be a helpful tool, but major financial choices should still involve personal judgment and professional advice. The Michigan Department of Transportation is asking for public input on the draft public participation plan for the state's next long-range transportation plan, called Michigan Mobility 2050. The draft plan outlines how MDOT will engage residents on transportation priorities over the next 25 years. It builds on data from the current long-range plan, Michigan Mobility 2045. Public comments are being accepted through August 15th. Feedback can be submitted online by email to monsma@michigan.gov, by phone at 517-657-1453, or by mail to MDOT's Environmental Services section in Lansing. More information is available on the MDOT website. And finally tonight, Congressman Tim Walberg chaired a markup session on Wednesday for the House Committee on Education and the Workforce, reviewing 7 bills related to education, freedom, college accreditation, and worker benefits. Walberg said the proposal aims to provide parents with more educational options, improve accountability in higher education, and expand access to health care and benefits for small businesses and federal workers. The markup included a review of bills related to charter schools, college accreditation standards, and protections for small businesses offering employee benefits. The committee considered the Empower Charter School Educators to Lead Act, which would make it easier to open new charter schools. Lawmakers also reviewed 2 college accreditation reform bills that focus on student outcomes and prohibit accreditors from using political viewpoints as standards. Additional legislation addressed expanding association health plans, protecting employers' right to self-insure, safeguarding retirement plan management, and increasing access to care for injured federal workers through nurse practitioners and physician assistants. The committee's review of the proposed bills is ongoing. No final votes were taken at Wednesday's session. If advanced, the bills would move to the House floor for further consideration. Walberg stated that the legislation aims to provide greater flexibility and support for parents, businesses, and federal employees. And that's it for the WLEN Evening News. I'll see you tomorrow, Lenawee.
Count on WLEN, Lenawee's local news station, to keep you informed with accurate and dependable information 24 hours a day.